This video is the next video in the function set of videos. In particular, this video is looking at a past examination question. In particular, it's looking at the 2014 paper 1, and we're looking at question number 4. The first thing it does here is it asks us to solve the equation x squared minus x minus 6. There's two ways to do this. We can use our box method, or we could use our minus b formula. I'm going to use the box method for this example. So here we have it in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. We can label a, b and c then. A here in this example is 1, b is minus 1, and c is minus 6. Next we have to multiply a by c. So a by c is 1 times minus 6, which is minus 6. And then we have to start listing the factors of minus 6. So we have minus 6 by 1, or 6 by minus 1. We could have 3 by minus 2, or minus 3 by 2. Then we need to pick the one that when you add it together, it's going to give you minus 6. So we first of all look at minus 6 plus 1. That's going to give us minus 5. That is not minus 1. 6 minus 1 is 5, which is not 1. 3 minus 2 is 1, which is not minus 1, but minus 3 plus 2 is going to give us minus 1, so we'll choose that one. Then we draw our box. In the top left goes the x squared, bottom right goes the number. The number we've chosen then, they go in the remaining boxes, so we have in the top one, I'll put minus 3, and in the bottom one I'll put 2, and we put an x beside each as well. Then you ask yourself the question, what can I divide both x squared and 2x by? Well, I can divide it by x. And when I divide x squared by x, I'm left with x. When I divide 2x by x, I am left with 2. Next, we can then ask ourselves the question, when I divide minus 3x by x, what am I left with? Well, I'm left with minus 3. Now we can go and check to make sure we're correct. So x by x gives us x squared. Perfect. X by 2 gives us 2x. X by minus 3 gives us minus 3. And 2 by minus 3 gives us minus 6. Then we can write our answers. So we have x minus 3 and x plus 2. And that's equal to 0. The answers we'll get then is x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 2. They're the two answers when we solve the equation x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. Part B then says the graphs of 4 quadratic functions are shown below. So we've graph A, B, C and D. It says which graph above is the function x squared minus x minus 6 where x is an element of OR. Remembering that we have OR is our real numbers, and real numbers are any number. The first thing we can look at here is the function, so we have x squared minus x minus 6. The first thing we need to do is look at the number in front of x squared. Now the number in front of here is 1, and that's positive. So positive number in front of x. So that means it's going to be a happy face graph. So what we can do here is we can discount or not use graph C and graph B because they're the sad face graphs. The next thing we need to look at is we need to look at the roots. And the roots, if you can remember, is where the function crosses the x-axis. And in this example, where the graph crosses the x-axis, we've already found out from the first part, it crosses at x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 2. So we need to pick the graph from A and D, which one crosses at minus 2 and 3. And if you look here, you can see that graph D crosses at minus 2 and crosses at 3. So the answer here is going to be D. So which of the graphs above is the function? The answer you just need to write is graph D. So that's A and B completed. Part C then says, it says the graph of g of x is equal to x squared minus 2x, where x is an element of OR. In the last page we said that OR is a real number and real numbers are any number, and that graph is shown below. On the same diagram, it wants you to sketch the graph of the function h of x, which is g of x plus 2, and k of x, which is equal to g of x plus 2. Now, to get a figure of what h of x is, well, it's g of x, and we know that g of x is x squared minus 2x, and we're going to plus 2 onto it. So that's our function for h of x. Now, we need to draw this graph between minus 2 and 4. So we have minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The function we have is x squared minus 2x plus 2. And our y value here we can figure out. So this is going to be minus 2 squared, minus 2 times minus 2 plus 2. Filling all of that in, when you fill in minus 2, you're going to get an answer of 10. When you fill minus 1 in, you're going to get an answer of 5. When you fill 0 in, you're going to get an answer of 2. When you fill 1 in, you're going to get an answer of 1. When you fill 2 in, you're going to get an answer of 2. When you fill 3 in, you're going to get an answer of 5. And when you fill 4 in, you're going to get an answer of 10. So again, we have our points here. So it's minus 2, 10, minus 1, 5, 0, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, and 4, 10. So we can draw this graph here very easily. So we can go up to minus 2, 10. Here, we're then going to go to minus 1, 5. After that, we have 0, 2. Then we have 1, 1. We have 2, 2, we have 3, 5, and finally we have 4, 10. And the last thing we need to do is just join that together. Something very similar to that. And they've asked us to label each sketch clearly. So this here is h of x, which is equal to g of x plus 2. Then we need to do k of x. Now k of x is equal to g of x plus 2. We know that g of x is equal to x squared minus 2x, and we need g of x plus 2. So that's equal to x plus 2 squared minus 2 times x plus 2. Multiplying that out then, we're going to get the answer. So this will become x by x and x by plus 2, and then 2 by x and 2 by 2. So this will become x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4, and then multiplying minus 2 by x and minus 2 by 2, we're going to get an answer of minus 2x minus 4. Then we can underline the like terms. So we have a plus 2x minus 2x, and then we have a plus 4 minus 4. So we'll be left with x squared plus 2x, and that'll be it. So then k of x is equal to this. Now I'm going to then do the box for that up here. So we have, again, we need x. We have here, we need to go from minus 2 up to 4. And we have the function x squared plus 2x, and we have y. So here this becomes minus 2 squared plus 2 times minus 2, minus 1 squared plus 2 times minus 1, 0 squared plus 2 times 0, 1 squared plus 2 times 1, 2 squared plus 2 times 2, 3 squared plus 2 times 3, and 4 squared plus 2 times 4. Typing these into your calculator then, for minus 2 you're going to get an answer of 0, for minus 1 you're going to get an answer of minus 1, for 0 you're going to get an answer of 0, for 1 you're going to get an answer of 3, for 2 you're going to get an answer of 8, for 3 you're going to get an answer of 15, and for 4 you're going to get an answer of 24. Then, writing out these points, we have minus 2, 0, minus 1, minus 1, 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 8, 3, 15, and 4, 24. Zooming back in then on the graph to make it a bit easier to draw, we can then plot these points. Might plot them in green, so we have minus 2, 0. Then we have minus 1, minus 1. Then we have 0, 0, 1, 3, 2, 8, 3, 15, and then 4, 24, which I won't draw because it won't fit on the page. Then we can draw this. And we get our quadratic looking like this. Of course, you can continue it on the left hand side and it's going to look something like that. So again, we need to label this because it's asked us to label it clearly, and this is k of x, which is equal to g of x plus 2. That's the end of part C, and it's also the end of this video too.